Hey everyone, it's Marcello back at the Toyota World YouTube channel, and I'm back here at beautiful sunny Maple Toyota to talk to you guys about exactly how sporty my 2022 Toyota Highlander XSE demo really is. I discovered something really cool. Gonna talk to you guys about it just ahead in this video. So first of all, let's get something straight. This Highlander is the most distinctive looking Highlander that there currently is on the market. And what do I mean by that? Well, take a look at the front end. It's got a completely different styled front end than the Highlander XLE, LE, Limited, Platinum, and so on. It's got this front sport fascias at the front. If you move over to the side, you've got the unique 20-inch alloy wheels. We've customized this one with the running boards. Move on over to the back. It's got a unique sport rear fascia with the dual exhaust tip. Also, you'll notice there's a lot of black accents on this Highlander. You've got the black accent roof rails. Also, one of the only Highlanders that comes with the black mirror caps. You got a black housing headlight here. Very nice, very big, bold, and beautiful black front grille. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about in terms of it being the most sporty Highlander SUV that I've ever driven. I've been driving Highlander as a demo for probably the past 6-7 years. This is by far the best. Let me tell you why. Now, before I go any further with this review, I just want to first say a big thank you and appreciation to the 18,200, let's say, subscribers that are currently subscribed to this channel. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you are finding value and use out of this content. But anyways, moving right along, the point of this video, this is not the first time that the Toyota Highlander has been offered in a sport version or a sport model. If you guys recall, we used to have a Highlander Nightshade in the previous model, which I guess you can say is your equivalent for a sport model. There also used to be a Highlander SE. Now that was a sport model, but nonetheless, I'm not too sure. I don't remember precisely if those packages, if those models had specifically sport tune suspension and if they specifically had a sport function for the driving mode. So this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about the sport suspension. I'm going to talk to you guys about the sport driving mode and what it really feels like when you kick in from normal into sport. Now, previous to this demo, I did have a 2021 Toyota Highlander XLE. And yes, the drive is much different from the XLE, the LEs, the Limiteds, the Platinums to the sports, being the XSE. The suspension is much more responsive, especially when you're taking a turn, when you're taking a corner, when you're accelerating, when you're decelerating. You definitely feel that there's a little bit more responsiveness, a little bit more firmness to the suspension and the overall handling of the Highlander XSE versus the other models. Now, what about the sport option for the driving mode? What does that feel like? What does it do? I'm going to show you guys. Take a look. Okay, so did everybody catch that? So if you see there, when you kick it in from normal to sport mode, first of all, you get a little red highlight underneath the odometer section there, notifying you that it is in sport model, which is pretty cool. Being also that this demo is red, I find it pretty cool. But anyways, it does kick up the RPMs by about 300 or 400, which turns out to make the gas pedal much more tighter, much more responsive. It puts the engine in a power band in terms of RPM, which is more prone to getting your max horsepower output, which on this SUV is about 295 horsepower. Now, generally, the maximum horsepower on engines is not obviously on the lower RPMs. It's usually somewhere in between 3,000 RPM, let's say, and about 5,000 RPM, depending on the exact specification of that engine. I'm not too sure exactly where it is for the Highlander, but I can tell you, you definitely feel more power on the pedal when you're in the sport mode. Now, can you all guess what mode I'm going to be driving this Highlander demo in from now on? Well, it's not going to be the eco mode, that's for sure. It's not going to be the normal mode. Yes, I'm going to be riding this Highlander demo in sport mode for the longest amount of time possible. Now, I would imagine, granted, that when you put the vehicle in sport mode, it probably does burn a little bit more fuel, being that the engine is working at a higher RPM, working a little bit more aggressively than as if it were in the normal or the eco mode, of course. So yeah, sport mode will probably burn a little bit more fuel, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that toss up to have a little bit more excitement as I'm driving this Highlander, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and the review. If you guys were not too keen on the Highlander XSE, if you didn't think it was really sporty other than the cosmetic appeal, the black accents, the sport front and rear fascias, well, granted, it's definitely much more sportier than the other models, guys. I hope you liked the review. See you on the next one.